Hello everyone, and you're watching Bitcoin Bubble news channel. Welcome back to Bitcoin Bubble. How are you all? Welcome to this new movie about the markets, which is a bit of an update. The other day I made a video about the inflation rate and the CPI figures, what to expect from them and why they were important. As I said I will give you another report on how things turned out, what that means for the markets and other news. In this lesson we'll do that. I have to say that I'm a little tired. Just turned up the sound. Make sure I'm not suddenly screaming in your ears. I'm a little tired though. I'm going to take it easy for now. We'll take a look at Bitcoin. First we'll talk about the news, then we'll look at some alternative coins. A comment in the movie earlier today made me think of altcoins. So I also want to say something about them. But we'll not talk about that now. The first thing that stands out is that when we look back at the news right now, Bitcoin is very unpredictable. I'd say the news itself is bullish. The CPI and the rate of inflation were both lower than we thought they would be. It was a bit higher than expected last month, but that's usually a sign of strength. Overall, though, the market showed that the dollar strength index was pretty strong, which is strange. It should go down after hearing that news. And the stock market was pretty down. Another thing that is bouncing back is quite a bit. This is pretty much what Bitcoin does. Okay, that's why the prices of things can change in strange ways sometimes. It's just the market. If you're interested in Bitcoin, for example, this kind of news is seen as positive, so that's also the best time to sell a lot of Bitcoin. We saw that there was a big drop. The bears or short sellers weren't so sure about it either, so they closed all of their short bets. That's why we quickly got going again here. The story now is that we're just messing around, okay? We still have this level of resistance around 57,000 to 57,500. This is our main level of resistance right now. And 56,000, which has also held up so far, at least for the past 4 hours. So what we're looking for is a big step forward, and I have no opinion at this point. As of now, I'm waiting for the breakout and strong confirmation. Until then, I will open trades whenever I see them, whether they're long or short, and I won't be biased in either way. I'm not going to say right now whether I think we'll be positive or bearish. I think it's safe to say that we will still be a little under the market. And then we can become more optimistic near the end of the year. It wouldn't surprise me if we went up to 59,000 though, given how fast things are moving in the hour time frame right now. We'll talk about that more later though. I also didn't want to look at this for long. Yes, that means the chances of the interest rate going down have actually gone down, right? The chances of 50 basis point drop have actually gone down. If you understand what I mean, it used to be 24%, but now it's only 9%. It's possible that the markets already thought inflation rates would be lower than expected, and that we could see a 50 basis point drop, if that makes sense. When the inflation rate was lower than expected, it became more likely that we would only see a 25-point drop, which is certainly less positive than a 50-point drop. It's still bullish though, because the 50 basis points drop is bullish, and the news in general that inflation is lower than expected is also positive. But as I already said, I'd wait for some proof before I looked at Bitcoin. At 57,700, I would say there is a very strong amount of resistance. I'll quickly put that on the chart for you right here. Sure, it's a bigger level, but wait for one of these two to break first. Okay, so if we can break above 57,700 and keep it there, we'll probably be positive, at least in the short term. If we fall below 56,000 in the next 4 hours, it's likely that we'll be negative. At this point in time, since that's what I said last, after about 6 days, I still think it's most likely that we'll pull back and fall back to the support levels at 54 and 52,000. That's what I think. Let's quickly talk about altcoins. Just because I said these altcoins are interesting and I wanted to let you know which ones I'm looking at and which ones I think are strong doesn't mean you should buy them. Okay. To give you an example of an altcoin, Koti is one that I believe is quite strong right now. You shouldn't buy Koti here because of that. When I talk about these altcoins, I sometimes talk about things that happened a long time ago, right? So they're not signs that you should buy these altcoins. It's more of a sign for you to be able to sort it, right? A lot of altcoins look like they will go up in value. I only tell you which ones I think are good and which ones you should pay attention to. So for example, Koti, I already came in earlier. That means I think this is bullish, right? I believe you should keep an eye on this. I'm not telling you to buy it now. Likes that. Take Luna Classic as an example. I'm still high on Luna Classic because there are a lot of rumors that a big burn is coming up soon. The way the market is set up also makes me think that the market is going up. I think it would be fun to watch something like this, but would I enter right now? Not at all. I talked about Injective being pretty strong yesterday, but I already bought it at 17.6 yesterday. So if you bought it when I said to, it would have been much higher. So it wouldn't have been a great trade. But I still think it will go up, so I think you should keep an eye on that. Since Rune is also making a positive shape here, it's likely to go up to that level at 4.25. DOX was also making progress, but it's still early, so we won't talk about that. Finally, it's super bullish. As you can see, there's been a big bullish breakout here on the higher time frames. I already said this morning that I was pretty optimistic about Fetch, and I still am. Bitcoin is the only thing that can tell us if we can actually pull up or push up from here. But overall, the structure is very strong, and I think this is going to go up. But those are my thoughts for now, for this afternoon and evening. Of course, if you have any questions, please let me know below.